Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So this is my 6-foot 84-gallon community display tank. I set up this aquarium about 6 months ago and I've been adding to it gradually along the way. And even right now I have some new fish that are in a quarantine tank that will be added to this in a few days. And so I've been taking a different approach with this tank compared to most of my other display tanks that are planted, focusing more on plants. This tank is more, the plants are really accessories. The hardscape with dragonstone and mopani wood, and then just adding a few plants here and there. I have a few more that I'm going to be adding in here too, but I wanted to keep this more open for the schooling fish, and just being a 6-foot tank, there's more space and open area for them to swim, like with these scissor-tail rasbors and those, and that rose-line shark, that one only in here, but when I do get some more of those, it'll be cool looking. And there's Romeo-nosed tetras in here, and in more that are in my community tank, so once I get a big group of those going. But because of this is featuring schooling fish, I didn't want it to be too bushy with plants. But there is the one plant in here, like that really stands out. That is the Crinum calamistratum. So I've had that plant in mind for years, since I first became aware of it when I first got into, well, when I got back into the aquarium hobby almost 5 years ago now, when I was first learning about aquarium plants. I was waiting to get one of these until I got a big tank, because until I moved, which was a year ago, the biggest tank I had was a 30-gallon, so I wanted to wait to get a big tank before I got got this plant, so it could be a big centerpiece type plant. And this one has grown very well, and just, I love how it just can hang over. So even, I got it, the plant I've had the plant about 10 months ago I got it. So I got this one and another one that's in another tank, and I just wanted to compare the two, because this one grew, as it is. You can see it's looking awesome. But I got them both at the same time from the same source, and even though they are now in different tanks, I think this one has grown more since being moved in here. Like my water is hard in both tanks. This has the light on this tank is a Phoenix Stingray 2, and this is 2 inches taller, this 84-gallon, than a 40-gallon breeder, where the other one is, and I'm going to show you that. Alright, so here's one of my 40-gallon breeder tanks, community display tanks with live bearers and various community fish. So right here is the Crinum in this tank. And I have since added another light, this current light, and that was very recent, but this did just have the same Phoenix 2, same hard water, but this one hasn't grown like the other one. When I did get them both at the same time from the same source, they came in pots, and I did take this one out of the pot and put it in here, and the other one I just kept right next to it, still in its pot, knowing that I was going to be moving that one. And when I first got them, the one that I left in the pot, the one that is now in the 84-gallon was slightly bigger, but they were very close in size. Why this one has not grown like that one, I just don't know. I mean, really, I would think the conditions were the same. When I had it in here, the other one that I did eventually, it was in here for several months before I even set up the 84-gallon tank, but it was in the pot, and the roots grew down through the pot into the substrate. And this one I just planted right in. One thing I thought was maybe when I put this in the substrate, I might have put it in a little too deep. That may have affected it, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, this is still looking pretty healthy as it is. You can see a little tiny growth right there and new growth in the middle. But I don't know why this hasn't grown up and big like the other one. I mean, it's still cool looking, and maybe it still has a chance. Maybe, like, I'm not really sure. I mean, I did add root tabs in the 84-gallon here. This has a mixture of Eco-Complete underneath the substrate, and I put root tabs in here as well. And I wonder if maybe it would need to get to a certain height. Maybe that one just started higher so that the leaves could absorb the light, and that helped it grow. Because neither of them have CO2. I don't have CO2 injected in any of my tanks, and added liquid fertilizer, probably less in the 84-gallon, not just probably, but for sure. I know I've added less in the 84-gallon, ratio per gallon, because I mean that's twice as much water, but the fertilizer would have been more in here. But if that's another factor, other plants absorbing it, because that's one variable that is different between the two, that the 84-gallon has less plants, less types of plants compared to this, but same type of light. Phoenix Stingray 2 inches difference in height, hard water conditions, but different results. But yeah, if anything, here back to the 84-gallon. I mean, this is looking awesome. This is what I imagined it to be when I finally got a big tank, and there it is, looking awesome. All right, so I will be adding a few more plants in here and some fish that are in quarantine later this week, perhaps in the next couple days, so stay tuned for that. And remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.